Okay. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday, learning new things every day. All right. I'll put this in present mode. We're going to get started. So we have a guest speaker on tonight. I'm so excited. We will get to that in just a minute, but first we want to touch all of the recognition because I know a lot of girls rank advance, changing lives, adding coaches to their teams, so many things, and the month is not over, you guys. Like, there is still so much time to hit your goals, so do not freak out. You got so much time. Alrighty. Oh, dang. All right. Sherry Innes went and organized this. I like this. I like this.
I thought I'd just like duplicate because I love this business is based on
Yeah.
duplication. And this is what our coach, Sarah and I's coach, Jamie Innes, does. And I also had to differentiate because you freaking crushed it. With SC27 at the top of our leaderboard is Miss Sarah Spickler. Hello, 27. I'm sorry, what?
No, thank you. No, I love this too. I do this too on my board and I love it. So we need to keep this for sure. It keeps things organized and I love it. So thanks for the shout out. I will not repeat my name, but thank you so much. Sherry Innes making it, goal hit, SE6, freaking amazing. And then look at all these people on the board. Like, you guys, I'm like, we have never had so many names on the board this early. So me and names, you guys, if I get it wrong, just sorry in advance. And you're amazing. Okay, so first and foremost, Amber Deshone, Success Club 4, Jessica Braden, Success Club 4, Jen Francis, Success Club 4, Audra Murphy, Success Club 4, dang, Lindsay Robbins, Success Club 4. If you guys know anyone that I'm shouting out, like, give each other some love in the chat. Like, let's pump each other up. Christine Mitchell, Success Club 2, Kristen Cameron, Success Club 2, Teresa Guthrie, Success Club 2, Sarah Martin, Success Club 2, Jennifer Price, Success Club 2, Sarah Ruley, Success Club 2, Alyssa Hurt, Success Club 2, Candice Rue, Success Club 2. Holy geez, you guys, this is amazing. Brianne McLaughlin, Success Club 2, Samantha Kilner, Success Club 2, Laura Vineyard, Success Club 2, Victoria Crespo, Success Club 2, Teal Romango, Success Club 2, Megan Fletcher, Success Club 2. I love that I just read off all those names like I was out of breath. You guys, all those 2s and 4s, you can 100% do it. Like, it's done. So much of the month already left that you can hit these goals. And I'm pumped for you. Like, I seriously enjoyed this so much. Okay, I'm going to pass it off to Sherry for coaches added.
Wow, that's so awesome. Hey guys, if you're on this call, can you go ahead and mute yourself? If you guys are, especially if you're dialed in from your phone, it's usually 2 different ones, and so it's giving a lot of feedback. So just have to mute yourself. Thank you. I think Kristen, there we go. All right, so that's huge. Payton, are your girls on this call, or is that Sarah, is your downline just like that big?
Downline.
Holy shnikes, let's freaking go. I'm so fired up, guys. I hope that you joined into a super Saturday yesterday. It was phenomenal, the information that was coming from that, and I love how involved and how connected we are as we expand massively. But the stats that came off of that were that it's expanding and exploding like crazy. I actually think I have it right here, so I'm going to share my screen really quickly. Do you mind if I Sarah, can you make me host real quick? And I just want to share with you guys what this is, because holy crap, this is why the business is blowing up, and this is why it's such an amazing time to be part of this right now. I think, there we go. Okay, so let's look at this. Beachbody stats from the past month: 440,000 new subscribers to Beachbody On Demand. And hey, if you're Emerald and if you're hitting Success Club, Beachbody says, thank you for growing the business. We're going to give you one of these 440,000 new subscribers to Beachbody On Demand as a free lead. And this is from Emerald. You start getting these. They go into your business as customers. And then, sorry, I just saw somebody pop up there. I'm just going to mute Jennifer. And then as you hit Success Club points, you also get these free leads. So like I can tell you in the month of April, I have 15 new customers, free leads, free customers from hard work that I put in the month of March that were given to me. And this was, people need fitness. They want solutions. They're losing their mind at home. And we have the total solution, mind and body. New bod records, 795,000 workouts streamed in one day. That's insane. Can you imagine being Carl Deichler, the CEO of Beachbody, and just going like, wait, what? I'm sorry, did we break the internet? 40,000 challenge packs already in April. March was 45,000 for the entire month. So halfway through the month, we were already like almost crushed that. 1,000 new coaches on average per day. Everybody, I need your full attention. 1,000 new coaches on average per day. So if you want to grow this business, people are hungry for an opportunity to earn money. They're looking for an opportunity to plug into fitness and have a discount, right? This is incredible. Like, this is the time to grow your business. 18 million workouts streamed. Okay, I don't even know what to do with that number. And let's see, what else? 92 new diamonds last week. Normal week average, 45. Okay, so that's double. Sorry, Lindsay, I'm gonna mute you. Sounds like you're like shushing a baby. It's really, really precious. So 92 new diamonds. Like, guys, this is possible. This is when you find that rock star who wants to run with it, who goes, wow, we might not be back at the gym for the next 6 months, or the gym might look different, or the gym might only keep 3 trainers. And now there's all these fitness professionals like Jamie Innes, like Ann Terry's on my team, like so many of us who love fitness, who want to build a business. Like, these stats blow my mind. So grab that picture. I know it's in my team page. It's out there on the internet. Grab that picture and share it with anybody who's interested in jumping in. Be like, we have the solution. On that note, Sarah, if you want to share your the new coaches that we have this month. I already know that. I think Sarah Spickler has 3 new coaches. Okay, let's go. Let's build a business. Come on. I'm not looking at it right now, but I will pull it up. Sarah, you ready? Are you able to share it? I know I took you off track.
Did you make me the host again, or can I share either way? Oh, here we go.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Be good. Got it.
Perfect. Okay. So Sarah Spickler, 3 new coaches. Sherry Innes, 3 new coaches. Jen Francis, 3 new coaches. This girl is gunning for Diamond by Thursday, so shout her out in the chat. We are super excited. Audra Murphy, 1 new coach, also pushing for Diamond by Thursday. What? Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Brianne McLaughlin has 1 new coach. Amber Deshawn, 1 new coach. Candace, is it Rue? Rue, 1 new coach. Kristen Cameron, 1 new coach. And Teresa Guthrie, 1 new coach. This is how you build your business, guys. Discount coaches, hobby coaches, or business builders. We don't care. We want to get results, and we want to grow our team. Hand off.
Oh, I'm still unmuted.
Sarah, you look so pretty tonight too, by the way. Your makeup is like beautiful and on
Well, thank you. Quarantine actually put myself together today. I was like, we gotta spice it up. So
This
2
cool.
of my girls freaking crushed their first rank. Amber actually hit it in like 2 hours. She was like, okay, let's do this. And I was like, dang. So Amber and Brianne, I am freaking pumped for you. And I love that the first thing they said to me after they hit this was, a diamond, it's on, like, let's go. And that fired me up, because when you hit a new rank, you guys, like, live in the moment, absorb the recognition and the success, and then take that breath out and, okay, what's next? Where are we going? What are my next steps? You know, kind of break it down, filling in that diamond, that roadmap to diamond, and figuring out what exactly you need to do to get to that next rank. So excited, so freaking proud of you guys. All right, and now, Sherry, do you have, oh, that was from our last call. So
that was from a couple calls ago.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm just like I'm so excited. I threw you that curveball, but I really wanted to share those stats. It's so powerful. But with all of that opportunity, it can be very easy to just get paralyzed with like, this is just my experience that I just go like, there's just so much that I want to do. So go ahead and introduce our guest because I'm so excited to hear from her.
Yes. So I don't even remember how Payton and I started talking. I don't even remember. We did something together. You guys, it's just a social media blur. Who knows how we all know each other or how we met. But anyways, she is just a powerhouse of organization, and she really wanted to talk to you guys about something that she is passionate about and that she's very good at. But to introduce her, she is a 1-star diamond lifetime ranked coach. She is a success starter. She's been coaching for 2 years. So that's some pretty awesome success in her business for being in this business for 2 years. So she is going to be talking all things time management, which I think we all can hear because we're all in different places right now. Even though we're at home, some of us have all of this time now. What do we do with it? Some of us, all of our kids are home. Some of us, we have to go to work and maybe we have even more hours. So just hearing what she's going to have to say about all that, I'm really excited. I know I actually need to grab a notebook. So I'm going to take some takeaways and I'm going to hand it over to you, girl.
Thanks, girl. Hey, I am so excited. I can't remember how me and you linked up either, but I'm so blessed. Honestly, you guys, you have incredible leaders. Sarah is like a big bubble of light, and I just love her so much. So I'm excited to chat with you guys tonight. First of all, like going through recognition, like y'all changed 40 plus lives this month. Like that is huge. This team, you guys, that is very powerful. So celebrate that. I mean, I think that's awesome. And I'm like, can I help you guys organize time? But it is something I'm very passionate about. So me and Sarah linked up to do this call. Gosh, whenever I thought I was still going to Punta Cana because I was going to do it that weekend, but then I was going to be supposed to be out of town. But I still think that it's important now because now we're in a position where we either and I want y'all to drop in the comments real quick. Right now, do you feel like you have an abundance of time, like you have more time on your hands, or are you busier than ever? I'm curious to the crowd I'm speaking to right now. Because all in a month, I all of a sudden have extra time on my hands. But I know some people are wearing multiple hats right now, and it's time to get real about organizing time and maximizing pockets of time that you create during your day. And this is how I've built my business. I started this whenever I was a night shift nurse. And working full-time in the hospital, 12-hour shifts, and having an hour commute to work and then an hour commute home from work. So time management is something I'm really passionate about because it is possible, you guys. I am going to share my screen. Am I able to share my screen? I should be able to. I made a presentation, you guys. That's huge. Let me get this in present mode for y'all. Boom. All right. So I started this, like I said, whenever I was night shift working 12-hour shifts and just figuring it out, and I think that's the main thing coming into this is just be willing to go. Manage your time and just be willing to take action because all of our successful coaches within our organization, they made the most of what was very small pockets of time or power hours, and they just went and they figured it out along the way. And that is what is so inspiring to me is that you can come in this business at any phase that you are in life. And if you want it bad enough and you make the time, it will happen for you. Okay. So what I want you guys to do first, and I just did this with my girls, I want you to give yourself a good gut check because whether you've been doing this for a few months now, whether you're a brand new coach, you might be in this area where you just don't think that you have the extra time right now, or maybe you're not maximizing or utilizing your time efficiently, so it doesn't seem like you have the time to work your business in a day. So inventory your time, and it's going to be just like you would if you had if you went to a dietitian and they asked you to keep a food journal and you're supposed to inventory your food, for a day, for a week, and then turn that in. Do that for yourself. It is the biggest thing that you can give yourself and the biggest eye opener you can give yourself in this business. Gut check yourself and evaluate the time.
Is that the same person?
So I don't know who is not muted. That sounds.
It's Samantha. Can you mute yourself, Samantha?
That's so weird.
I know. Sometimes it pops off.
Y'all are good. So whenever I come into this and I had my girls inventory their time and figure out, all right, where can we make time? Because if you just think that time is going to fall into your lap, it's not. And that's probably something a lot of you have already realized at this point in time in your health and wellness journey and in building this business. For me, I stepped into this ready to just get myself in order. I needed to work on myself. And then after 3 weeks, I was like, all right, I'm ready to shout this from the rooftops. And I need to figure out how every woman can get this in their hands and be part of this community because it's that massive and that powerful. And so I had to figure out and create the time and make it. So inventory and figure out where's your time. And if it means that you've got to wake up earlier or stay up later, you guys, you've got to wake up earlier and you've got to stay up later. In my normal everyday routine, in order to get my non-negotiables in, I'm waking up at 3:30 in the morning so that I can do the things that I need to do before I go to work every day. And that's what's worked for me. And now in this last month with this transition, I've had to redo this gut check and figure out how can I make this time work? Because all of a sudden I'm home full time, and being home full time and having this extra time, I found myself wasting a lot of time where I could be maximizing it, because this is an incredible opportunity to really level up and make this business what I envision it to be, and to start really pushing towards the goals. So be honest with yourself. And sometimes, it's not pretty, and sometimes we have to get real with ourselves, but that's where we grow and we learn the most. And that's where I've grown and learned the most. And that's where my girls have grown and learned the most, whenever they can create the time and stop making the excuses and show up for their business. So once you inventory your time, where'd my little arrow go? There we go. I actually got this idea from Rachel Hollis. Of course, I'm a big Rachel fan. She's my girl. She just breathes life into me. So 5 to strive. Once you figure out, all right, this is where I'm spending my time, this is where I'm wasting my time, and this is where I can make and create more time for myself. At minimum, the 5 to strive idea rule is that you're creating 5 hours a week to pour into your business. That is only 5 hours. And if you have more, I encourage you to pour more into that, especially in this phase right now, if you do have the room. But if you're all of a sudden busier and you're wearing multiple hats at home right now, 5 to strive, you guys. 5 hours where you're pouring into your business. And that's not, and we have 7 days in the week. I don't even know how many hours that is. It is possible. And whenever you figure out what your 5 are, you make it a non-negotiable every single day. You communicate that with the people in your household, with your family, with your significant others. They know it is a non-interrupted time that you are going to be working and moving your business forward. And one thing I want to encourage you whenever you figure out what your 5 to strive are is make it a time of day that you are performing at your highest. So if you're a night owl and you grind at night, make it an hour or so whenever the kids go to bed, have your hubby, whoever it is, help you do the nighttime routine so that you can work, or when everyone's asleep, you set aside that hour to grind it out. If it's in the mornings and you're fresh in the morning and you think the best in the morning times, you wake up earlier and you make the time in the morning. And that is what you do. You just dive full-fledged into your business and you make the time to do the non-negotiables. And this 5 to strive is for business producing activities. So I'm sure some of you have probably heard, but I want to reiterate, whenever you're working, it's not your personal development and it's not your workout. I would dare to say it's not even graphics, because a lot of times we get sucked into things like that. It is business producing activities, invitations, connections, follow-ups, call to actions, things that are going to get you in front of people's eyes and get invites sent out and people brought into your team, into your community, people that need you and need this solution. That is what your business producing activity should be, and where you should be spending your power pockets, your power hours. That is where your time needs to go, because that is the things that build over time and move the needle. 5 to strive is 5 hours is not a lot of time during the week. Really, if you're looking to do this full time, you're going to be spending a lot more time. But getting this started up, I spent this amount of time. I spent an hour or 2 a day moving the needle forward. And this business really is it's like a rolling ball. Okay, it builds over time. You are pushing and pushing like this boulder up a hill, and you can't stop. Every day you have to do these activities for that momentum to keep going. If you take a day off, if you take a week off, I'm sure that we've all been there before where we've let the boulder roll back down on us, and it is hard to get that ball rolling again. So don't let that happen. Don't make that mistake. Make the time and stick to it. Schedule it in as if it's an appointment, because it is an appointment with your future, with your goals that you're going to crush and that you're going to celebrate one day. Make it a non-negotiable every day so that you can continue to keep that momentum going forward. Some of you, all of you on this team are absolutely incredible after hearing those stats, like Success Club numbers, rank advancements. I love to hear that those 2 emeralds are like, yeah, we're next is diamond. And that's how it should be whenever you hit emerald. Emerald is a choice and a stepping stone, and it is a building block to diamond. And when you get to diamond, same mindset, all right? When you get to diamond, all right, now we're 1 star, and you're just going to keep going from there. If you let the gas pedal off, you're going to feel all that momentum go away. When you have momentum on your side, run with it, because that is the biggest piece of energy boost, and the way to build your business is just go with that momentum and take action. And you ladies are clearly doing that, and I'm blown away to see all the stats and the 2 emeralds say that right off the bat, because that's how you know these are people who are going to build this business. These are people who are serious. These are people who are showing up, and they're not making excuses. All right. Now, I've kind of already touched on this, but I want to make sure I reiterate. Productive versus busy. We tend, at least, and I'll call myself out on my own faults. Whenever I first started coaching on my days off, I would spend all day working, and I really felt like I was working. I thought that I was spending a bunch of time pouring into the things that needed to be done, trying to move the needle forward, trying to make sure that I was bringing people in, sending invites, whatever it was that I thought I was doing. But in the end, I felt like I was on a hamster wheel chasing my tail, because it was hard to hit Success Club, or I wasn't building the team that I wanted to build, or I just sat down in the night or lay down in the night. I just felt like I could have done more, and I felt like I didn't really accomplish the things I wanted to accomplish. So that was the time for me to have another gut check and realize, all right, so I'm not actually being productive. I'm just being busy with things that aren't business producing activities, like scrolling Instagram, or checking in to see what other coaches are doing. What are they up to? What are they posting? What are they talking about? None of that matters, because their business is not your business. And if you spend time engulfed in stories or checking into what other coaches are doing, it's not building your business. And they don't care what you're doing just as much as you shouldn't care what they're doing. And I say that in a nice way, but if they're running with it, and they're posting and making sure that they're hitting all the marks and stuff, they're not worried about how you're supposed to be showing up in your business. You have to be eyes on the prize, productive in your own time. So if you get caught up in stories right now, TikTok is such a big thing. You guys, I love TikTok, but I know, and I tell myself whenever I go on the app, first of all, I'm not going on it if I don't have my non-negotiables met for the day. Secondly, I know my team has had a lot of fun as far as like in our team page with making TikTok videos, and that's fun and all, but it's still not a business producing activity. So make sure that you're not busy and getting sucked into things that aren't productive. You have to, especially a lot of you commented that you're way busier right now. So this 5 strap is super important for you guys, because if you're busier and you have more things on your plate, you have got to carve out that time and honor it and make sure that you're showing up and being productive. Because if you're not, then you're going to waste that time in your day that you could have been building your business. So how do I do this? In my 5 to strive, and in right now, whenever I have a full day to dedicate to this business, power pockets are huge. And power pockets could be times where you're just sending and doing connections and invites, getting new followers, whatever it is. Power hours, if y'all aren't part of Beachbody's Champions page, I love that page. I'm in that page every single day because there's endless resources. But I specifically love that we have some of our top coaches in the network go in there and host a power hour. So if you're like me and some days you come home, or maybe you're just in a funk that day and you have squirrel brain, I need someone to tell me exactly, this is what we're going to do for 15 minutes and then we're on to the next task. And you really can utilize those power hours and get a crap ton of stuff done and feel like, yeah, I've worked my business. I've hit my markers. I've done the things I'm supposed to do all in an hour, y'all. Set timers. If you're not following a power hour, I love to do this whenever I host power hours. I set timers so that I don't get too engulfed and down a rabbit hole, because it's usually where I find my connections and followers on Instagram, is whenever I just go in that rabbit hole. But I don't want to get engulfed in that so much that I waste my whole entire whatever block of time I've set aside to get the business producing activities done. So I set timers so that I know when that timer is up, all right, I've spent 15, 20 minutes, whatever I have, it's on to the next task, and to keep rolling like that. So make sure that you're also doing a brain dump. And I do this, I actually have, like, my desk is so messy right now, but I have all kinds of notepads and itinerary stuff here, because I just brain dump before I sit down to work for the day. What are the things that I need to accomplish today in my business? What are the personal things that I need to accomplish today? How am I going to get all this stuff done? What time do I want to allot for each activity, so that I make sure that I stay on task? I'm very much so a pen and paper person, a to-do list type person, a planner, all the things to make sure that I'm utilizing my time appropriately. Otherwise, just like whenever I first started feeling like I was on that hamster wheel, the day will be over and I will have accomplished nothing. Lastly, I want to say, if you guys aren't using Energize for your power hours or whenever you sit down to work, please do yourself a favor and do that. I actually drank Energize today because I know it's Sunday and I didn't have a workout, but I had some things I needed to get done today. And for me, like, I am a caffeine queen and I love coffee, but Energize does me so much better than coffee ever does. And I feel focused and I feel energized and excited and ready to just crush the things. Whenever I hit a power hour and I have downed my Energize and it's on board, I accomplish so much more with that time and being productive than if I wouldn't have. So if y'all aren't drinking Energize, definitely start doing that. And I'm not looking at the chat, so y'all might be blowing it up with, like, Energize's life, because it is. And in this funky phase that we're in right now, reevaluate. And that's where I've been. So I have been full-time at home for the last month. It's been a super hard transition. I'm just going to keep it real with you guys, because I'm very much so type A. I'm controlling. I say that proudly. And I love my to-do list, and I like to know each day and each week and each month what to expect, and all of that was just ripped away all of a sudden. And so I had to reevaluate, like, my time, what that looks like, being home full time. How can I maximize, each day, each week with building this business? Because instead of looking at it as a devastation, which we all are in, I actually, just going to be upfront with you guys, I had 2 nursing jobs, both of which I got furloughed from. So instead of being completely devastated by that, I was like, all right, so this is what I'm dealing with right now, and I'm going to reevaluate, and this is what I'm very passionate about. So now I have all this time on my hands to work this business. Part of the affirmations I write down every single day, the very first one I write is, I am a full-time coach. And so after both those jobs were furloughed, I was like, well, this works. Affirmations do come true. I am a full-time coach. And now I had to reevaluate, what does a full-time coach being at home full-time look like for me? How does my day need to be spent? How can I maximize my time? How can I fill my cup so much that it overflows into my business and into my boot camps and into my mentorships? How can I utilize this time and this unknown to maximize on my goals and to move this needle forward? And you guys, it freaking works whenever you lean into the struggle and you lean into the challenges and you lean into the curveballs that life throws you, because this won't be the last one. It's just a phase that we're all in right now. And so we have to be willing to lean into the life changes, because if they stop us in our tracks, that minute that you stop and you let that momentum die, you're going to feel all of that and you're going to be stuck and it's going to be hard to get going. Don't allow challenges and obstacles in life to stop you. Don't even allow fear to stop you. Use that as momentum and lean in. Something that was super powerful for me in this last 30 months, but the first week that, like, everything was shutting down, is the way that this company stepped up and provided so many resources, so many different action hours on the Beachbody Champions page, so many opportunities to really take advantage of and to level up. And my team has felt that. I'm sure this whole community, this whole company has felt that, because just like the stats that Sherry shared, like, people are wanting this solution, and it is our job and our opportunity to give it to them, because so many people are at home right now needing some way to take care of themselves. I think right now more than ever too, people are like, well, the gyms really might not open back up for a while, so I need to do something for me. And it shows, because we have so many different subscribers, so many people are purchasing Challenge Pack, so many people are rank advancing and changing their lives and changing others' lives. It is a really cool time to be part of this business, instead of looking at the outside world and the chaos that's going on, and with this pandemic. And it is scary, but whenever we lean into the good that we have here in this business, we are freaking blessed to be surrounded by a company and people who are always sharing the light and being the light and giving us endless resources to lean into. So I go on a tangent, but each week, you guys, with massive changes like this pandemic, reevaluate. But each week, each Sunday, whatever the start of your week is, evaluate where your time needs to be spent. Evaluate where you have extra time during the week. Evaluate which days are going to be super busy and that you might not have a lot of time. So does that mean you've got to wake up an hour earlier? Then you do that. Think success as you grow this business and your business grows and your team grows, you're going to realize that you're going to have to reevaluate your time again, because you're going to be spending your time in different areas with your community and growing each other and mentoring. All of you on this call are leaders, whether you believe that or not yet. Believe it, because I'm saying it. You're all leaders, and you're building a team, and your team one day is going to look at you as their leader, and you're going to have to mentor them. Be ready to take on that role. Take on that role now so that you're already prepared. So as you grow in success and crazy pandemics and each week, whatever it is, as your life changes, reevaluate. As this business grows, reevaluate. Where I'm constantly going through phases in life and in this business where I'm reevaluating. And I've even had to reevaluate how I show up on social media. I'm saying this here because it was really powerful to my team, so I'm going to say it to y'all too. I, at one point in time, was super bored with my own social media and my own posts. And if I was bored, and same thing goes to my boot camps and challenge group, if I'm bored in my groups, if I'm bored with my own social media and I don't even like what I'm posting, it's time to reevaluate. And that's a big gut check, but it's time that we do that, because if we look at our content, which is our business, and we aren't thrilled by it, reevaluate and make the adjustments and keep moving forward. All right. And lastly, I want to end with this. This whole topic, this whole time management, productivity. It's not about how busy you are, because I get this a lot. And whenever my girls come to me and they tell me that they're busy and they're not sure that they have the time, or they set these really big goals, which is awesome, but they're not making the time because they claim to be busy, and we tend to use that in a negative way. But honestly, busy can be a good thing. It's not about how busy you are. It's what you're busy at. What are you spending your time doing it? Where are you wasting your time? Where can you maximize your time? Busy is a good thing if you make it a good thing. I pride myself typically on being busy, but I lean into that. And some of the top coaches in this company, if you watch the TFTF call from last week, Jess Dukes, my Lanta, that girl has built a massive business, and she never let busy stand in her way, because she maximized her time. She got real with herself. Her hubby apparently still works, which is awesome. And she made this business work for her, and she made her time work for her, and it shows. And if you do the same thing and you maximize your time and you do the 5 to strive, or you have more time, use it, you will be successful in this business. But you have to make the time. The time's not going to fall into your lap. It's a non-negotiable. You just got to do it. All right. I feel like I flew through that. I'm going to stop sharing and get to the comments.
Oh my gosh, that was fire.
Oh, my Lanta, you guys. There's so many comments. If y'all have questions, feel free to ask. I don't even know if I can keep up with all this.
Yeah, I didn't see a ton of questions in the comments, but if you guys have a question for Payton right now, drop it in the comments so that she can answer that. That was fire. It's like you don't. So we have all these challengers who come in and they have the same excuses, right? It's so funny how our fitness journey is so similar to the coach journey.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, you can either be a victim to your busyness, or you can take control of your time and make time for your business. And it's the same with the workouts. You're telling your challengers the same thing. You can either be a victim and say, I don't have time, I'm not going to join, I don't think I'll do the workout. Or you can say, hey, make time for those 35 minutes and do your workout every day. You're going to feel better. And it's the same with coach business.
Yes, that is so true. What would you say is your top priority when it comes to your business? Like, what is the one thing that if you do nothing else? Invites. No one likes that answer, you guys. Oh my Lanta. I feel like I've like looked for the secret sauce to this business or the whatever it is to get around invites, but there's just no way. You have to invite, and inviting really is not scary. It used to be at first as a new coach. I get that, but you just have to send them. And honestly, you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. You really can't. If they're ready to join, if they're watching, if you're posting content and you're showing up in your stories, invites should be easy, and just send them. And that's what I tell my girls. Send the invite. It's not up to us to try to persuade someone to join us. It is not up to us to make up their mind, but it is our responsibility and duty as a coach to invite them to this opportunity. Think about how amazing you girls feel. There's a reason you're on this team call, but think about your own wellness journey as well. Would you want to, like, where would you be if you hadn't started this? And would you want to keep that from someone else? And that's what I tell my team, because it is powerful. After 3 weeks of 21-day fix extreme, I was ready to scream this from the rooftops. Everyone needed this. Everyone. I love what you shared. It helped me know that I'm heading in the right directions. What are some things you do to help you stay focused even on the days when you may feel down? Girl, you're speaking to my soul right now. Because Thursday was a really hard day for me. For example, during this time, a lot of negativity around us can easily fall down this road. So what do you do to pick yourself back up? So this is a really good question. Being home full time right now is like super strange for me. So Thursday I was in a really big funk, and it was just out of schedule, out of routine, not really sure what my routine is. And it's hard to pull yourself out of that. So my biggest advice too, whenever it comes to like building this business, especially with invites, is you have to fill your cup first. So more than half of Thursday, like trying to figure out how to work the business, and then realizing like, I need to go outside and take a walk. I need to listen to a podcast. I need to read some personal development. I need to do some soul searching and some affirmations and make sure that my mindset is in the right place, because if I'm not in the right place, that comes across in my conversations. Even if it is text out, people feel that energy. So if you are, and I have a lot of people who are late in this right now. Like, it's really hard if we're all really at home right now with all the things that we're responsible for, to get down in the dumps and to like find pockets of time for ourselves. You have to make it. And so I've preached and preached, like, wake up earlier. There is something really valuable about that quiet time in the morning. And if y'all aren't doing this and y'all are skipping personal development, let me tell you from personal experience, it's going to be really hard to build this business. I tried to skip out on PD for like the first 6 months. Like, what was personal development? What's a book? I didn't want to read. But it's huge. It's powerful. It is the one thing that's really changed my entire life and silenced that mean girl and let me know that like anything is possible if you're willing to just go after it. And you have to be building that mindset every day. It isn't like a once a week thing. It isn't a once a month, like every single day. Find a podcast you like, get a book, and start reading. That's the only way you're going to be able to continuously build yourself up and your team up. That was a great question. So I feel like I have been doing nothing but personal development because I have been dealing with so much of my personal life. Amen, sister. When you say you plan your week ahead, do you plan your posts and etc. to save time? So I should plan my posts. Let me call myself right there. Gut checking myself. It would be easier to plan your posts. I don't type them out and have the captions, but I plan my months. And if you haven't listened to Melanie Mitro's podcast, I used to like remember the number of this podcast because it's like that good, how she explains that she plans her month. So for me, whenever I look at the entire month and I know like, all right, my challenge group is starting this date. My mentorship is starting this date. I'm going to back it up a couple weeks so that I know what I'm going to be promoting and talking about. Amen, Sherry. I see that, girl. Yes, I have my planner right here on my desk. So whenever you plan your months, and I can send that to Sarah whenever I have time to figure out what podcast that is, because it's huge. It changed my whole perspective on how to like be like, how to show up and handle this as a business, not just like, all right, I'm working my business today, but I don't really have a plan for the month. Like, you should have a challenge group and when it starts and back it up a couple weeks and start promoting that challenge group. And that's how you're going to know what to talk about and post about. Like, is it, or you've got a week until your challenge group's coming up, you should be posting about your workout. You should be posting about your fitness solutions. You should be posting about your miracle morning you hop on with your team. You should be posting about these things. And then when that challenge group start date comes and you've got your mentorship coming up, then you switch the role and it's like all coaching. All right, you talk about this business opportunity, what it's given to you. Thursdays, you can talk about payday and what you're grateful for, especially right now. I think everyone thinks that and I talked to Sarah about this, I've got checked myself, that it's hard to talk about the money, especially like maybe if you're not like, making a whole bunch of money every single week, but you guys, 40, 100, a couple, whatever you're making, it's powerful if you can fill your tank. It's powerful if you can buy your groceries right now. It's powerful if you can pay a bill, because right now, so many people need extra income. So talk about those things. So that's my biggest thing. And I will figure out that podcast number, what it is, because I listened to it back in the beginning of December and it completely changed my mindset of how I like overview my months and plan them out so that I know what to talk about. And so Sundays, whenever I sit down to plan, I know what I'm going to post about each day. I don't have the caption wrote up, but I know that if this week is geared towards my mentorship, I know what I'm going to talk about. I know I'm going to talk about my community, my team, payday, like whatever it is. I know I at least have that idea coming out. And if you struggle with like posts, because I know a lot of people do, personal development helps with that too. Like, you can really make a lot of great posts from whatever podcast or book that you're listening to. Let's see. And as far as like what else I planned for the week, whenever I was working, I've had to get real with Patrick, that's my husband, and let him know like Mondays are really big for our team, like a team call, a national wake up call. Like, I'm going to be working a lot on Mondays. And so I had to let him know, like, this is the hours that I'm going to be working. Whenever I get off work in the afternoon, he knows that whenever I come into my office, I'm going to be in my office for an hour and a half or 2 hours working, because that's what I've got to do to build this business and move the needle forward. So we have that open communication. And so that's what I mean by like planning out your week and evaluating that. Like, what are your really busy days? What do you have going on that you need to be prepared for? And how are you still going to show up and make the time that day too? Because it matters. Any other questions? Legit, just take from there.
I have a question for you. What is your next goal? What is your next scary goal? Because we talk about big scary goals on this team. And what are your daily targets to hit that? So you're I can tell like you're a planner, like analytical. Like, how are you going after that goal?
Yes, I love this. Retro engineering, I'm so passionate about that, because for the longest time, you guys, I've been a coach for 2 years, and all of last year I was like, I'm going to be 5-star elite. I'm going to be 5-star elite. You know what? I knew nothing about what elite points were. Had no idea. So how am I going to be 5-star elite if I can't break it down? So my next big scary goal, I want to be, gosh, I need to just say it. I am going to be at leadership. Let me just say it like that. I'm going to be 5-star and qualifying to be at leadership. I went to New Leadership Conference in LA this past February. Freaking powerful and amazing, you guys. Get there. It is incredible. And what do I do each day? So now that I have this abundance of time on my hands, I am leaning in like crazy to conversations, starting 75 to 100 conversations a day. And that's like not invites, that's just me getting in front of people and doing that in pockets of time. So whether that's like, one of my favorite ways and why I have to set timers is on people's stories, watching their stories and like getting into their DMs that way. It's so easy to send like a quick response, but then also going to my new followers, the people that's recently followed me, starting conversations from them, because I don't want them to think that I don't recognize that they're here in my profile, and sending conversations that way. And then the 75 to 100 are just conversations. So my invites are 15 to 20 invites a day. So I am working a lot for my phone right now, but I also have a lot more time on my hands. And it's possible, you guys, the more you do it, the faster you get at it too. Like, it's incredible what you can power through in 30 minutes, because then Instagram's like, no, you can't do anymore, girl. I have to put it away. Yes, Amber, I can invite all day long. See, and whenever you post the content and stuff and you have something to invite to, I think for some of my girls that are starting out that are newer, the invite is scary because they're not sharing things on their social media. So you've got to be posting about it, talking about it in your stories to have something to invite to. And whenever you have an opportunity to invite to, and you guys, I'm in Sarah's boot camp right now in the April group. It is fire. Like, you should be inviting everyone to that because it's incredible. It's so much fun and we're having a blast, and you can tell, and the engagement is so high. Like, you have something to invite to, invite them. The combo, you have trouble starting the combo. Yeah. So that's where I figured out just 75 to 100 conversations, just talking to people. Not everyone's going to message you back. So I do not do cold invites. I'm not sure how you guys feel about that, but personally, I don't send cold invites unless they're following me. All right. If they're following me, they'd like to post that's clearly about a boot camp or a coaching mentorship, and I've never started a conversation with them, I'm gonna, still acknowledge them and thank them for liking my post, following my journey, and then ask them, like, are you interested in the groups that I host? And just leave it at that. But the conversation, that's whenever you really got to make sure you're following your brand of people. And this is something I've learned the hard way. Instead of just like following a bunch of people and wanting to get a bunch of followers, like, I want to make sure that my followers are my people. And whenever they are, it's really easy to start conversations with them because you have a lot of the same interest. Can you quickly touch on New Leadership Conference? Yes. All right. So New Leadership Conference, you guys, was incredible. And the only trip it looks like I'll be going on 2020. But it was powerful. So New Leadership, basically what that is to qualify for New Leadership, it happens every year in February. It's out in LA. And you need to be a 1-star diamond coach. And 1 star is you being diamond and that person you signed up on your weak leg being diamond. All right. It's you and another coach being diamond is 1 star. And then I think also the qualification is be a team builder. I'm pretty sure as part of the like elite rankings. It's incredible. It is a 2.5-day conference. And if you've ever been to a Beachbody event, like if you had the pleasure of going to Summit last year, or whatever it is, they do not like, you just get so spoiled and you get so much good information and they take such good care of you. We stayed in a hotel that was like 80 something floors high. Like the registration check-in desk was at like the 70th floor or something. And you just looked out across LA and you could see a Hollywood sign and stuff. Like I'm a small town girl. Like I don't like city life is not like I haven't been to a city that big. So it was crazy insane. So you get to New Leadership Conference, they dump so much good information. Like you're one solid day, you're in like nothing but back to back to back like meetings and stuff. Sammy Glonick spoke to us, Kelsey Hill spoke to us, like just so much good, powerful information to take back home. But we also obviously got to work out with some of the super trainers. So Joel stopped by for his 10 rounds tour in LA, and we got to work out with him and do 8 rounds of the 10 rounds. And oh my Lanta, on the plane ride home that next day, like my whole back and shoulders were destroyed. I was like so sore. But we also got to work out with Elise and do bar blend. And then they had this awesome freaking party the last night where they gave you drink tickets and you got to drink with the super trainers, hang out with Carl, like all these people. Kevin is one of my favorite. I don't think I can say his last name right, but he manages the Beachbody Champions page. So I got to meet Kevin. It was an incredible opportunity. There's no words for it. It was scary as hell to go by myself, but I'm so glad that I did. So once you qualify for New Leadership Conference, they give you all the tools and resources at the beginning of the year to be a powerhouse and build your team so that you can get to leadership. And leadership happens out in Arizona. They spoil you again, celebrate you again, and you get, I think it's like 3 or 5 days out there, like where they're just taking care of you. Obviously, you're getting trainings and stuff, but you're getting to be part of cool team building activities. I just remember the picture from last year of like all the foam out there and like this big blow up thing. It's really cool. So go to leadership, then you need to be a 5-star coach. I actually have the date and I should know it by heart, but I don't. It's in August. Like the deadline is August to be a 5-star to be able to go to leadership, which is going to be huge. Oh, it's so much fun, you guys. If you haven't gotten to an event, and I know this year's just been like super crazy, canceling like Summit and all these things, but you have to, whenever we're allowed to go around people again, get to an event, whether it's a Super Saturday. Those are huge. Those should be non-negotiables. I hope all of you watched Super Saturday because it was big. They just kept dropping crazy amount of information, which is going to be so good for us to utilize. But also Summit and getting to new leadership and all of the things that Beachbody offers. Take advantage of it and get there. However you have to get there, get there. If your goal is to do this part-time or be a full-blown business builder, you've got to be at these events. They're non-negotiable. Yes, Sarah, you're gonna go. What do you mean you want to? I will be going. Yes, I love that. Events are life. They're everything. I was so sad about Summit, aren't we all? But that's okay because I know that we're gonna figure it out. Was so sad. Oh, do y'all have any other questions?
I have just a quick one. What would you tell, because I think we have some brand new coaches on this call. We've got a lot of Success Club too. Like, what's the next? You gave so many tips on time management. What's the like 1 or 2 nuggets that like they need to implement tonight and tomorrow when they wake up early to give their business extra time?
Yes. All right. So for new coaches, I feel like this should be easy, but you've got to get out of your own head, first of all. For new coaches, Success Club should be like that, honestly, because your warm market already knows you and you have the benefit right now to tap into your warm market. So invite your friends and your family. They need this opportunity, especially right now. That would be my biggest tip for people who just signed up and are sitting at Success Club 2. Make your list, brain dump everyone that you know, and invite them to this opportunity because they need this in their life. That would be my biggest tip. Tip number 2, we're all been stirred up, right? If you have to be waking up earlier, I think that's the biggest kickback that I get. And maybe y'all do or don't. Maybe y'all are rock stars at this. But if you need to wake up earlier to get things done, do it. If you need to ask your significant other to do something for you, cook. I've asked Patrick right now, that's my husband. He's doing the laundry. He's doing the dishes. I have asked him to help me out with household chores, and he's been such a trooper because this is where I need to be, and not just tonight, but other nights because I am so OCD. I cannot come work if there's dirty dishes in the sink. If you need to ask for that help, ask for it. Make the time. I think that's the biggest thing and then thirdly, take action. Just take action. Don't try to absorb all the information and do all the things, watch all the trainings. Just do. If you don't have a call to action posted, post it. If you haven't sent invites out, invite. Just take action. You will figure it out along the way. That is the only way to learn this business. I have failed forward so many times and I embrace failure now. I'm not scared to fail. I just do it. And I'm like, cool. So that didn't work out. We're going to try again. It's the best I got.
Absolute fire. No, that's amazing. That's just phenomenal. If you guys, anybody else have another question? Awesome. Sarah, I'm going to hand it over to you. Beautiful.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, I just want to say thank you so much because, like you said, we're all just in different times right now. Everyone has a different situation with working or lots of extra time, don't know what to do, or all the kids being at home. It's just really different right now. So just knowing what your schedule is like and just taking the time, like you said, to say okay, this is my day now. What time do I actually have? What do I need to do in that time? And brain dumping. I live off of the list. So I loved all those tips you gave to us. And I took so many notes. I took screenshots of all the things that I'm going to share in my page. So I just want to say thank you for being with us for this past hour and for just pouring your heart out. We all appreciate it so much. So go into the new week, you guys. Take action. Don't be afraid. Don't wait till you know all the things because you're wasting time. So thank you guys for being on and making this a priority, and have a great rest of your night. Bye.